Hello and welcome to Patched. I'm your host, Paul James, and today I'm joined by Matto Phillips and Damo Camilleri. How are you, gents?
Rockin'.
It's the one and only recording of the Patchies 2021 because I'm not going to fuck it up like I did last year. So all of
If it
our...
does fuck up, I swear.
Holy shit.
I swear. You owe everybody that listens to this.
Oh,
You
significantly.
owe them shower curtains.
Yeah, okay. Shower curtains on me.
Well, that depends if it does get recorded. If not,
No one will
this
hear it.
conversation
so I'm good. Shit. No, I mean, last year we discussed this at the time. I think the final product was still pretty good, but clearly our best take was the first time around, simply because we didn't know what everyone else had in store. So to replicate that was a little bit harder. So we're not going to get nothing's going to go wrong this year. The Patchies, our bullshit ass Game of the Year awards, also the most respected ones at the exact same time. That's what today's episode is, and it's kind of bookended by some serious stuff, and then the middle there, all hell breaks loose as we discuss God knows what about games and publishers and people and internet forums and whatever.
anything,
Yeah, anything goes as long as it's within gaming.
anything.
So yeah, we'll begin with some of the serious stuff. We'll get our three kind of serious awards out of the way. We'll close things with our top games of the year. But yeah, in the middle we'll have the fun stuff. So the first award that we go through is the best indie game of the year. What are the two of you thinking? What's the best indie game that you played for the year?
That's... you. Oh, I hate you so much.
There's some pretty good contenders. And again, the thing to keep in mind, everyone listening, it's what we played. So we didn't necessarily play everything. Like I didn't play Hades. I haven't had a chance to yet.
Very, very tough. But it goes to Genshin Impact.
Oh yeah.
Like, I guess it's an indie game because it's not developed by a massive studio.
They could be
something.
massive. I don't know. China's pretty
They
huge,
could
but who
be.
cares?
But at this stage, it's not. So, I mean, if you,
Sorry,
yeah, no,
I'll pay
I'm
it.
just gonna say Genshin.
I'd pay it.
We'll pay Genshin. So Genshin gets my indie game of the year. Obvious reasons. It's a lot of fun, continuous content, great support,
So
awesome characters, soundtrack's good.
tell me a bit about the support stuff, because we've spoken about Genshin a few times in some of our updates episodes, but and like I've heard plenty about like the kind of core experience, and like it's got a campaign and blah blah blah, and there's Breath of the Wild is spits and this that and the other, but then what's kind of the support been like afterwards? Because it is meant to be like a live game, which is what Breath of the Wild isn't.
Yeah, well, I mean, the support's great because it sits there and it's like, oh, so like this isn't working. Okay, we'll patch that. Like, here's when the patch is coming.
Oh, so it's not like
okay,
extra content.
you want this character, you can pay for them, or if you make enough free wishes on your 10th wish, which they call it pity, right? That's your pity wish. You're guaranteed like a
Pity wish.
chance at a 4-star. A definite 4-star or a chance at a 5-star character or weapon. So it's like, so like you make 10 wishes and you might get 3 like in a row, like of fantastic, crazy odds, but the RNG is really good. Like I've seen people like do 4 wishes and they get, 2 5-stars, and it's like, you sons of a bitches. So it's, so you can get like the support in just like pity, like, hey, like we feel for you. RNG screwed you over. Here's what you deserve. Things like that. Like any complaints goes through pretty quickly. Like they listen to their fan base pretty well. Not that there's any real complaints and things like
It's been pretty universally
from across
positive.
the world. Like co-op from across the world, it's incredible. Like it runs so smoothly. No matter who I connect with, never, unless they're on a mobile phone. On a mobile phone, some people struggle, but most times, had a good time.
Oh, good to hear. I'm keen to get into it sometime this year when the time pops up. Matto, what was your best indie of the year?
Well,
Oh, hang on, you didn't really play.
you see here. What was one of my resolutions for last year? Play more indie games, and I played 0.
Yeah.
But does Fall Guys count
Yes.
as an indie game?
Yes, it does.
I'm saying Fall Guys. So I did play a indie game, just not many
Just
indie
the
games.
biggest one of the year.
Just the biggest one that came out of nowhere. So that is my vote because it's the only one I actually played.
Yeah, well, Fall Guys is
Oh,
brilliant.
it's good.
So, yeah, I've banged on about Fall Guys enough, so I won't. I'll leave you to do all the talking there if you want to talk about Fall Guys, because
I'm playing as nowhere near as much as you.
yeah,
I first played, I thought, hey, this is a fun game. Till all those bastards at the finishing line are holding you up, waiting for their friends.
oh yeah. To be like, sometimes they're holding people up, they're trying to throw people off the edge, but then like they hang around at the very end, like until they're the last person, and then wait until like this
Just
crush
lose.
of people. They're finally going to get close to the line, and then they just step over it to.
It's funny when they do try and stop everyone, then they forget to cross the line and then don't
That's
make
real
it. If not,
satisfying.
that's brilliant. But no,
We can make it. We can make it. No.
we can make no. But no, it was, well, still is. I haven't played it for a while. It was fun. That's all it was. And then they apologized for the servers crashing because they weren't expecting 40 million people to come and play it at once,
Nor would you.
and made fun of people who were on Team Yellow, which was
Yeah,
great.
which was everyone at different points. It's not like bloody Pokemon
Look,
Go where you
if-
make your choice.
If I'm on Team Yellow, I'm not playing this game again. I'm like, oh, off you go then.
Yeah,
Go on.
ship off. For me, my best was I still to this moment haven't really decided, but between Ori and the Will of the Wisps, and I think you might remember me mentioning Sakano of Rice and Ruin, the
Oh, I thought you were going to say my name is Mayo.
RPG one. Oh, I mean, that's a close third, I guess. But look, I'll probably have to go Ori. Hang on, what did I do with my games of the year? Yeah, I've got to go Ori. That's showing my hand a little bit, but I mean, it's just so polished. Story's heartfelt, and then it's just an awesome Metroidvania. And this time, it actually is a Metroidvania, unlike the first one, which was kind of supposed to be, but really there was no reason to kind of go back and backtrack, and there was no like hidden skills or any of those sorts of things. It was all there in front of you, and you just go and get it. Whereas this, you can backtrack. You go and find things. You'll find other abilities and that sort of thing. It's
There was one hidden skill.
Oh yeah, there might have been. Yeah,
you light the lantern or something, the lantern lighting thing, so you could light dark areas. And I was like, okay, well, it gives you like access to like one area that had no reason to go in there outside of like getting the achievements. So it was like, but
yeah. I think it's more like it's in the case of Will of the Wisp. It's just there's more of it. It's bigger. It's wider. It's more in depth. They just kind of polished everything that worked about the first game. Made it even better, and yeah, the story's really strong as well, so I love it. Next one is best DLC / expansion that we played this year. I only played one, so I've only got one to choose from.
I played one as well.
Well, you played some Borderlands, didn't you? So you got
That is the only one.
Oh,
DLC.
Well, can I count Cyberpunk as a DLC?
DLC.
no, it's more like an early access game at this point.
Oh, damn.
But okay, so which Borderlands DLC was it for you then? All of it.
The one
Was there one in particular?
Not all. No, not all of it. I'm trying to figure the names of them. I will go with Love Gun and. Well, I like to call it testicles, but it's tentacles.
Oh,
Love
yeah,
Gun
the
and
tentacles
tentacles. That one. Definitely going with that one. That was a good. Out of all four of them, that was easily the best by a long shot.
Love, Guns, and Tentacles.
Yes.
Love, Gun,
That is my
tentacles.
best DLC.
There's a song in that, I'm sure. So the other ones, so what was it? Bounty of Blood and Mad Moxie's Heist of the Handsome Jackpot weren't nearly as good, or is it just that this one's way better?
The Handsome Jack one wasn't bad, but I think that Love Gun. I gotta stop saying testicles. Tentacles. I think I found that way more exciting than the other three. I finished the Craig one today, and I couldn't care less about that one.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. Yeah, I'll have to get to it at some point. I've downloaded it on the PS5 with all the updates and all those sort of things, but I just haven't. And downloaded my old save game, but I haven't gone back and played it yet. So one day soon enough. Damo, do you have a selection for this one?
So wait, I forgot the question.
DLC / expansion that you might have played. If you didn't play one, it's an easy answer. But
Oh no, that is easy because I only played one, and that was. Just give me a.
We must have played a
second.
lot more DLC last year.
Yeah,
Or the year before.
Yeah, we probably.
we had some Borderlands to talk about. We all universally said Iceborne last year.
I said Spider-Man. That came out a
Oh
year
yeah,
earlier.
that's right. You were Spider-Man, yeah.
Because I hadn't played Iceborne yet. And yet, still haven't played
Well,
Iceborne.
it didn't come out this year, but the free one came out. I don't know what it's called though.
I'm waiting for him to say Fire Emblem.
It was Total War Warhammer 2. There was some DLC that came out for that just recently. I don't know how to find what it's called though. So.
Oh, good. Don't stress about it. The Total War Warhammer 2 DLC. What was good about it? Was it just like, was there extra campaign or more?
No, that's right. How easy was that? The Twisted of the Twilight. So, you know, it buffed the Wood Elves, that introduced the Sisters of Twilight, which is a very interesting mechanic and things like that. Just added just more to that game that already had so much to give. So, I mean, you know, for $7 or whatever to add some just
$7, that's all right.
Whatever. Believe me, yeah, it's on special. If you had have brought it all off special, I would have spent like $300 on this game so far. So let's not, you know.
Well, how's that stack up to Genshin? Have you spent any money on Genshin yet?
No.
Nice.
Like
my friend has spent money on my account for me, but it wasn't to do anything in particular. He was just like, oh, you know, this will help you. And it's like, okay. Like, he likes supporting stuff. He wants to use his money to do that.
Fair enough. Ahead. Then go for your life.
Sure. And I think I spent more money on that free Kirby game than I have other games.
Oh, name escapes me, but yeah, another one you spent.
3 or whatever.
Been mean to give that.
There you go, though. The Twisted and the Twilight.
It's an interesting name, but yeah, I mean, a bit like Total War was awesome, so I can see why that might get a gig. And for me, it was the Ancient Gods Part 1 DLC from Doom Eternal. Doom Eternal is one of the games of the year, and that DLC is awesome. It was real hard, like even harder than the main game, and it nearly broke my little heart when 2 Marauders came at me at the same time, because 1 is bad enough, but
was it like that? The Titanic music just slowly coming in.
Yeah, except there was nothing slow about it. It's that just like both appeared at the same time, and I nearly had a stroke. I mean that DLC. Yeah, it was. It's like at the end of the day, it's more of the same. It's harder, but it was just really good to get back into. It was just really polished, really clean. They didn't focus as much on story stuff, which Doom Eternal did, which was probably one of the parts that did frustrate me about Doom Eternal, is that we don't like. I can't imagine there's too many people that go and play Doom for a narrative. They're there to shoot demons in the face.
Who does that? It's all about the story.
Huh?
It's all about the story.
It's all about
the whole.
Damo, we haven't started the Joker Awards yet.
Shooting the demons in the face is one thing, but I mean that Doom story, man.
There's a heartfelt story in between this all.
That Doom guy character, I mean, he almost made it onto the monuments of video game characters.
As he should,
yeah,
but not for the storytelling.
Got done by Link and poor Steve.
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 So yeah, I mean the DLC was awesome. Loved it. Next one, and I can't wait for part 2. Next category before we get to our Joke Awards is the. Actually, sorry, not Joke Awards. Very, very serious, very heartfelt.
Serious, very
super
serious.
Seriously,
I'm
well
very
considered.
lost.
But yeah, our next one here is the best game from another year. Best game that you played from another year, any other year, doesn't matter. Like, so basically, just it's an excuse to shout out the best game you played that maybe didn't come out in 2020.
Like, you mean like Monster Hunter Iceborne? Like,
there we go.
There you go.
Back-to-back years.
I don't know. I'm just saying. Like, I'm throwing a name out. I don't know what I've played from another year. Shit. Let me look.
Well, Monster Hunter World would be in that category.
It would be, but I don't want to use that.
It won it last year for us. Because
Yeah,
Monster
Best
Hunter came out in
expansions.
2018. We played it in 2019. We awarded it in 2019. So,
What did I buy?
while Damo's working that out, Matto, you tell us about yours.
Well, mine was a game from 2019, and it is Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order.
Ah, good one.
It is a brilliant game. If you haven't played it, go play it.
And if you have a new gen console, go get it there, and play it on that, because they just put a whole bunch of awesome updates out for the game that kind of
Ooh,
benefits
if
from
only
the
I had a
grunt
next
of next
gen
gen.
console.
So,
Yeah, but everything about it says Star Wars to me.
That was easy.
Lightsaber
Sorry.
battles, killing stormtroopers, getting upgrades, cool characters, which is something we didn't really see in the movies.
and then without getting too, you finished it now, haven't you?
I finished it ages ago.
Like that ending with that certain iconic character,
Yeah, I didn't
that
care.
was good. Oh, you didn't like that bit?
Oh. I was like, oh yeah, cool. Ruined it for Why'd you ruin it for?
Oh no, I love
Get
that bit.
back in your hole. No, but the best character was the
Get back
the
in your
sister
Death Star.
lady. I can't remember what her name was.
Oh, the sisters themselves, the Inquisitors and
No,
stuff.
just the main one
Oh,
with all the humor and everything.
nah, it's not coming to me.
Forgotten her name, but she's a great character.
Can't remember her name, but she's awesome. And actually, I
She's
agree with you.
also she's there. Everyone thinks she's like really evil, going to kill people. Nah, just mocking you. Found your game yet, Damo? Just me talking
Ori,
about
Yeah,
Star
go for it,
Wars.
mate.
Ori in the Blind Forest.
Oh,
I
nice.
played that this
Ooh,
year.
Nice.
I completely forgot that I played it this year, and it's like, oh yeah, I really, really, really loved that game. So, that wins. Like, don't even have to look at other games. I saw that and I was like, oh yeah, no, that was one of my favorite games I played this year. So, sorry, other games of 2020, but a game from another year might actually be better than you. Oof.
Them's harsh words, but they're true. It's truth. Ori's awesome. All right, time to start fucking around a little bit. We've got our other awards here now. We discussed.
Wait. See, I made a list of my favorite fucking video games of this year. Oh my
Yeah, we
God,
get to that at the end.
swore.
Remember?
Oh well.
Yeah, we still
No,
got.
I didn't remember. But sure.
So now we're going to start having a bit of fun with some of these other random ones. We had a bit of a chat beforehand and realised that Matto has tons and we don't have nearly as much. So it could be one of us and then Matto and then the other one of us and then Matto, and that'll keep things interesting. So I might get the ball rolling.
Okay.
With the best game that spurred the biggest legal dick measuring contest goes to Fortnite. And that is yes.
What?
Jesus,
that's
Paul,
it.
start a bit
Just
strong.
out of the just
Again-
bang.
Again,
Right.
the legal dick measuring contest is the one between Epic Games and Apple that's still going because
Oh yeah,
it
that's
got-
actually pretty awesome. So
Because
I'll pay that.
yeah, it got ripped offline, and because Epic tried to sell their microtransactions but without going through the Apple store, so they didn't give Apple a cut at all, and Apple didn't take to that, so they shut them down. So you can't still to this day can't play or buy Fortnite if you already own it. Actually, no, maybe it's even been snuffed out there on mobile as well because of updates. And then there was the whole like the piss take on the Apple ad, and it's all in court. And it's awesome. I love the whole thing. So yeah, biggest legal dick measuring contest goes to Fortnite / Apple and Epic. Congratulations, Matto, you're up.
Star Wars characters was Night Sister Mirren.
Oh, nice.
That was
Yes,
the
that's
character.
it.
So my first award is the funniest 16 seconds of 2020,
16 seconds.
which goes to the Monster Hunter movie trailer.
that debut
Because
trailer.
I think, yeah, I don't know who showed it. I think it was you, Paul,
think it was
that
me,
showed
yeah.
it, and I just looked at it and just laughed. It was only 16 seconds long. I laughed at it and thought, oh, it's going to be terrible.
And it was, apparently.
And it was.
No, that
And
Allegedly.
it was just horrible. It's just
Allegedly.
everything about it.
The
Those
2020
16
word of the
seconds.
century.
Just bang. Just look at it. Nah.
why have they got guns? Why is there an army there?
Why
What
is there a car there? There's no cars. What is going on? Oh, look, the monster
Why?
from
Why are
the
we
game.
upsetting me?
Ah,
Why don't we-
Diablos, of course. That makes sense. Damo,
Poor
you're up.
Max there in the sand.
Well, I don't actually have any funny ones this year,
Oh,
so
That's
oh,
all
no.
right. Never mind.
I've drawn a mental blank. I needed some green grass trimmings to produce that kind of fun in my brain. But so the gaming movie of the year, and probably the only movie
Monster
I actually
Hunter.
saw in the
Oh.
cinemas this year,
Oh, I know
goes
where
to
this is going.
Sonic the Hedgehog. Because it was actually a phenomenal movie.
I've
And
heard
I
so many
can't
good things about
believe that is one of the few freaking movies I actually saw was the thing that was supposed to be a train wreck. That they upped they changed how he looked so it was much more palatable and ended up being a phenomenal movie. So Sonic takes the cake for the gaming movie. And I mean, I watched some pretty good cutscenes, but
But Sonic's got you covered. No,
Sonic got it covered.
I've heard really good things about the movie. I actually
Yeah.
want to see it, which surprises me that I'm saying that. But yeah,
So I'm just gonna say my awards are serious, but I'm truly taking the piss on some of these answers.
good.
So take it as you come.
Matto, it's back to you.
All right, my next award is the Hero of the New Console Era, which goes to EB Games. 'Cause
Oh, shit.
who would have thought that a game in retail would actually have consoles in stock? Unlike Target, which I never knew had consoles anyway. I was scratching my head going, since when did Target
Yeah,
have
you should
consoles?
Always
Guess
price
what?
match with Target.
And
too.
guess what? They didn't. They had none. Harvey Norman, mess. JB, huge mess.
Yeah.
And then here's EB going, oh yeah, hey, you want to use your gift? You want to use your gift cards? No problem. Come get them. What, a day early? You got it. And
I guess this maybe segues into my next award really nicely because mine is worst online store, and that went to EB Games. Because yeah, sure they had all the consoles, but holy shit, was it an ordeal to get them, especially the Xbox. And look, I'm sure that some of the blame is on Microsoft and Xbox for that in the first place. The fact that like, hey, it's going to go live at 8 a.m. and gave all those people with their bots and all that something like 2 weeks spawning to get themselves all prepared and locked and loaded and ready to go. But it meant that the EB website, with them knowing that thousands of people were going to be coming their way, plus bots, capitulated in the first 5 seconds. So, congratulations, EB. Get your servers up to standard. You've got 6 or 7 years before the next console generation comes along. Unless the Switch Pro comes, at which point you might want to hurry. So yeah, worst online store goes to EB Games, despite the fact that they are, to Matto's point, they are legends for just having stock and being mostly consumer friendly.
it's just the online part, which is always the case, no matter what. But
yeah,
because it was a brand new console and everyone bloody wanted it, just things got a bit
it all
ugly.
fell apart. Matto, it's back to you
I
again.
go,
Yeah, we're just zigzagging back and forth with you. doubling up.
my next award is Best Gameplay of 2020, which goes to the Xbox Showcase. Because they talked about, enjoy all this gameplay. And in the title said, Xbox Showcase gameplay. Only problem was, there was no gameplay.
Yeah, there was more. There
Very
was more
little.
to that
Very
monster.
little.
With that 2020.
Yeah, there
Yeah.
was more in that Monster Hunter movie trailer than there was in the whole Xbox game showcase.
Don't say that.
There was more in the Ratchet and Clank trailer than there was of all of the Xbox Showcase. Of gameplay, not the trailer, just gameplay itself.
And Xbox had 2 showcases, and I reckon there still might have been more in that one Ratchet thing than both. And they got things better
there
for the
was.
second time around, but there still might have been more
They
in
just
that
took
one
out the
Ratchet
word
trailer.
showcase. And,
Yeah.
they took out the word gameplay. And
Gameplay.
it shows how it happens when you don't have the word gameplay in your title. Because people will get pissed off if you don't have any this thing called what's it called? Oh, gameplay. That's what you want.
Yeah, gameplay. Integrity, honesty, but yes, gameplay. Damo,
World premiere as well.
world premieres. What do you got, Damo?
So the best video game character. of 2020.
Oh,
Ooh.
It was an unsung hero. We had, we had some great, great characters come through last year, like The Last of Us 2, like Ghost of Tsushima, but something just went under the radar, and I demand justice, not only for the Kong Wars that we deeply need to do an episode on, but the
dedicated episode to the Kong Wars.
the enslavement of orcs and the peons they used to build their buildings in Warcraft 3 Reforged. Whoa, wait, no, I've stuffed it up, but anyway. Work. Something you doing? Double. The Kings. I mean, I don't understand it. Why? Why don't the peons get talked about more? People, hashtag peons for 2021. Let's get them in. Like, let's save the peon. All right. Let's raise awareness or something. Hashtag.
Start a GoFundMe.
GoFundMe, and I'll take the cash and make a Coney.
Piss off into.
What's like Coney 2012
Coney?
or whatever? I'll make
2012,
it
yeah, that's going real well.
I'll call it Peony or something. I don't know.
Phony.
Pony
Phony.
2021.
Phony, but misspelt. But you pronounce it phony just to throw people off. Matto, it's back to you again then.
That's right there. The guest that appeared the most this year or last year, and that is the ghost in Paul's house.
Fuck.
Oh,
He even crashed Operation PlayStation last week for the first time.
Oh, how dare you? What a traitor!
Oh, dodgy bastard.
Yes, just out of nowhere, just pops in for about half a second and just
And pisses off again.
on their way. Just
I haven't seen him today.
don't even
so
say
far.
hi.
Nothing
I'll wait
today
for
so
it.
far. Give it time.
Probably heard his name. They go, what? Ghost?
The award? All right, I'll come and accept.
Well, no, there's no award. Ghost. Go, or as Korg said in Thor Ragnarok, piss off, Ghost.
For me, the game that would have been great if only we could play it award is not Cyberpunk 2077, contrary to popular opinion.
Oh,
It's Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles, because that game was launched everywhere else in the world, and then for some reason they didn't have something going with Aussie servers or whatever. So when they put it up, and myself and other media got our hands on a code even, and went to go play it. And one of the main things for that game, this is an old GameCube game that got remade, is meant to be online and playing with friends and that sort of thing. It used to be couch co-op. They added online to help make that possible, and then the online servers just, I don't know, they fucked something up really, really badly. Took the game off the store after it being live for about 2 days, and it just never came back. So, 6.5, 7 months on, the game still hasn't returned to PlayStation Network or the Switch
so
store.
it's like Flappy Birds,
Yeah, except
but
in
less
theory,
death
a
threats.
decent game. Just, yeah, yeah. And less asset theft and all that sort of thing. So yeah, Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles, the game that would have been great if only we could play it award. Matto?
My next award is the remastered game nobody asked for. It was a
13.
game that came out. What's that?
13.
What'd you say? 13, yeah. The game that came out in
got it.
2003, and then got a remastered, and everyone's just, I looked at it and went, what?
And
Why?
it's trash.
And yeah, exactly. It is worse than the actual game from 2003, which I found funnier because I read somewhere that people will buy the older game than they were the remastered version at one stage because it works. So well done on finally ruining the old remastered, remade game.
We were having a pretty good streak when it came to remasters
Okay.
and remakes, and
I
then
think that's
2020...
like the total recall of remakes. Or anything else. I don't know. I'm just trying to think of any other remade movies that were rubbish. I can't remember off the top of my head.
It's not a bad one.
But 13, congratulations.
Damo? What do you got?
all right. So we've got the best character. All right, maybe the best unsung hero, I should say. Who was the best villain of 2020? I took a very long, hard time to think about it, and it wasn't CD Projekt Red. It wasn't the people on Twitter demanding things from CD Projekt Red. Because 2020 was quite the year, if we're looking at it. And it wasn't COVID. No one cares about it. Didn't win with, thing. It's the trolls and Fall Guys. They win. They win the worst, best villains ever, because just the compilation videos, the ticky-tackies, whatever you want to have on your YouTubes, those things killed me every time. Outside of like Among Us, things that was that's funny, thing. It took actual effort to be a good troll in Fall Guys. It took actual effort versus I'm gonna stand here in this corner and click and kill somebody. I know there's a lot more to Among Us. Don't at me.
Yeah, but like a sniper in a COD game or something like that. You've got to really.
Exactly. You got to have some talent, but to be a troll in Fall Guys and still come out on top, well, sirs, ma'ams, and non-binary folk, you're the real heroes / assholes that I hope I never have to play ever. So,
have you been playing Fall Guys?
No,
recently?
God no. Not recently.
Fuck those trolls.
A billion other things to do than face trolls. Jesus.
Oh, look, the PC version was even the best because of all the cheating that was going on, and then they got beamed, all those people got warped into some other world where they were all pitted against other cheaters and were trying to started complaining.
Then the cheaters got, hey, this man's cheating. So are you.
So are you. That's why you're here, arsehole. Matto, that means it's back to you again.
My next award is, hey man, you used to be cool.
I think I know where this is going.
Go on.
Is it CD Projekt Red?
Yeah, it is. Just one day ruined it all. Witcher 3, great game. Yeah, sure it is. But then poor old Cyberpunk came out. You only showed the PC version, and everyone bought the console version, and it didn't go too well. Let's just say that. Yeah, I definitely shit the bed. And then they've been apologized. They put out a video the other week saying, we're sorry.
2 days ago, even.
Yeah, we're sorry. Shit, you're sorry.
Yeah, but also, notice the timing on this most recent, the proper formal apology that's come out in the last couple of days. They're a month after Christmas. There's no opportunities for people to return the game anymore if they bought it that long ago. Now they've made their 13 million sales. That's including the fact that some copies have been returned. So that's 30 million after returns have already occurred. They've made their money. So now it's yeah, sure, let's apologize. Why not? It doesn't hurt because we've made our money. We're still profitable in spite of all this. I'm sure they're probably still really honest about what they were saying and all that sort of thing, but your timing's a little bit sus. If you did in the first week, okay, yeah, you there's a bit of integrity here, but no, you're just being dodgy pricks.
You blew it.
Which
no longer cool. CD Projekt Red. No longer cool.
I guess links in, and we'll have to. This is going to bounce back to you very quickly because
street cred lost.
Because my next award was the Belly Flop Award, which was for Cyberpunk.
Let's just add another award in there for that Cyberpunk as well. My other award was better late than never, but should have been later, which is also Cyberpunk.
Yeah, it's perfect. Which means, Damo, it's back to you again.
Oh, it's back to me.
Yeah, we've gone Matto to me to Matto, and we've managed to award Cyberpunk 3 times in the space of a minute.
We have a fair few moments each year. I know because I do a 1-second video every day of each year, of each day, whatever. So this one goes to the best gaming moment. And I think that we can all agree that when Sephiroth was invited to Smash, that hit some pretty high peaks. When he stabbed Mario to kill him in canon, that took it up another level.
Well, he didn't kill him.
Paul,
spoilers. I just ruined your award.
That's a lie. Miyamoto agreed that he was dead, but then, the internet edited the video before it was released. It's all a hoax.
Right.
Mario was actually dead, just like when Luigi was killed by Simon.
That was legit. That was hilarious.
But I think the best moment was when Princess Zelda was laying in the water and Sephiroth, and it was only for a flash second, Sephiroth came down and stabs her or
The
lands
Aerith
next
drop.
to her. And it was like, oh my God. Like, how perfect. Like, I get it. Like, they've already got the picture in game of Cloud, like, lowering Zelda into the water and stuff like that. But now to actually see in that brief moment Sephiroth stab a bitch, like, thank you, Nintendo. Like, you're the company that just keeps on giving. And all you ask is people don't lose their shit at every announcement of a new Smash character.
But they do every
Did they
time.
lose their shit? Yes. But, you still give us what we want. How good is that? They ask one thing, we don't give it to them. They still give us
And
more.
they just keep giving.
Brilliant. Brilliant, Nintendo.
Holy shit. That delivery demo, perfect. Matto, what do you got next?
Oh, okay.
How many more
Was
do
it
you have at
touchy
this
one?
point, by the way?
Oh, let me count them. One. About 6-ish.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, my next award is the third dumbest fan base.
We say the third dumbest.
Third dumbest.
Holy
Not
shit,
the
we've got a
first,
second
the
and
second.
first.
Well,
Going to-
okay, here we go. Here's the top 2. Star Wars fans, Trump fans, or Trump supporters.
So what's above Trump supporters?
That's number 1.
Trump's
that's
number
number
1, Star
one.
Wars
Oh,
number 2,
sorry.
That's 1.
and whatever he's
One.
about to reveal is number 3.
Only the
Star
10% of them, PlayStation fans.
This, I think,
There
links
is
into my next award
there's
as
this
well.
thing. There's this thing, right? Like Xbox has vape coming out. PlayStation fans are going, oh shit, oh yeah, get a PlayStation. Something goes wrong with Nintendo. Oh, it sucks. Get a PlayStation. PlayStation overheats. Nah, fuck off. It doesn't overheat. So does not. What would it overheat
Oh,
for?
I
That's
can
a
see
lie.
where
It's
this
all
is
fake.
going.
Fighting his
This-
pen, mate.
No.
Fighting
I've
his
just
pen.
realised exactly where this is going because this is going to link into another award, I think, very shortly.
Yes.
I think
That
I
is
can see
great.
where I think I can see where he's going with this.
I could say it's not all. There's like this small 10% that just make a fan base just look stupid, and this is it right here. Because I know, Paul, you got your own little podcast on another website. No idiots there. We can
No,
we
that's
can put that to bed. But
My
no, like
co-host.
the 2 people on there, yeah, co-hosts and all that. Not stupid, but there are some other people out there who just see PlayStation, not PC, not Nintendo, not Xbox, or that stupid Google thing, whatever it is.
Stadia.
No, just PlayStation. And yes, well, it's hard to be Star Wars fans because they single-handedly ruined the movie. So, well done on that. And we don't need to talk about the number 1 idiots because
Well,
they've seen all that.
they've proven how dumb they are in
They've
the last
proven it.
couple of weeks. So, and the last 4 years. But anyway,
That too, but
I guess
we won't go into that.
your award there. I can see that you've got a through line that you're going to come back to. I'm sure very soon. But you have
Yes.
kind of linked in nicely to an award I had, which is best game to succeed in spite of its fuckhead fans. That goes to The Last of Us Part 2. Because of the transphobes and the sexists and all those dickheads who came out of the woodwork.
Sorry, but I'm gonna have to stop you there. It's transphobes.
Oh yeah, right.
Are you a transphobe, PC principal? Keep going.
So yeah, all those pricks that came out of the woodwork when the spoilers, not all of which were true in the end, came out, and we're like, oh my god, there's a trans person, those PC fuckwits, I'm not going to buy their game, and blah 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 blah, and getting out there and spoiling it for everyone, and like the big moment that upset a lot of people. Thankfully, I somehow managed to dodge spoilers before I got a chance to play it, but I know lots and lots of people who did get spoiled before the game came out. All because of these dickheads. And it just links in nicely to Matto's one because, as much as I co-host a PlayStation show and all that sort of thing, there's a section of the PlayStation audience that are just fucked. And look, every audience seems to have them. You got your Xbots and you've got your little Nintendo. No, Nintendo doesn't really have any.
no, it's all Pokemon. Everyone loves
Yeah.
Pokemon.
Oh, actually, no, sorry, you're Pokemon fans. Good point. And then you got the PC Master Race. They're all, like everyone has their own pocket of dickheads in their community, but The PlayStation 1's really reared their head pretty badly this year. Despite the fact that it was one of the best years for PlayStation ever, they still found a way to be just fucking dickheads. So, yeah, the best game to succeed in spite of its fuckhead fans is The Last of Us Part 2. Matto.
My next award is it's cool, but what do I do with it? And Paul's got one of these items. It's the Xbox Series X, which I'm pretty sure to this day you still haven't touched it.
No, I've used
Once.
it now.
He's touched it
I
once.
played Gears 5, which technically I guess is an Xbox One game.
Oh, there we go.
But Gears 5's the Hivebusters DLC, so I have played a game on it.
An
One
Xbox
game.
only game.
I
Other than that,
also downloaded Disney Plus today, so I could get 30 free days of Disney Plus via the Xbox.
oh yes.
That's about it so far. Keep trying, Xbox. Give us some games one day.
One day. They'll get it right one of these days.
Yes, hope
People
so.
want games. Disney Plus, yeah, it's great, but people want damn games.
I mean, we've got an Indiana Jones game coming in 16 years, so that'll be nice.
16 years. I can't wait.
Well, I mean, unfortunately, Todd Howard from Bethesda's working on it, and he's already busy with Elder Scrolls 6 and Starfield, so if he's adding Indiana Jones to that, then it's going to be a little way off.
Yeah, Indiana Jones and the canvas bag. There we go. We got our title right there.
Links in perfectly, Fallout, the canvas bag situation.
Indiana Jones and the missing canvas bag. There we go.
Very nicely done. You're on fire tonight.
Yeah. See, this is what happens when I have time to think. It could be good. It can be bad. Who knows? Hey, you know it's serious when I'm wearing a tie as well.
Holy shit, he's wearing a tie. The mic obscured most of that for the bulk of the time, so.
Yeah, there's a microphone in the way, but it is Mickey Mouse because it's the only tie I could find.
He's dressed up for the Patchies.
Hey, it's a serious award, all right?
You're in
It's
a
a serious
shirt, Paul.
night.
Gaze up. You know.
Well, yeah, but I went out today and I was just wearing this as a result. But yeah, sure.
And I'm
Damo.
wearing my Huggers Gonna Hug top, so, you know, we're all dressed up.
We've all put in the hard
Right.
yards.
All right. So, this award is called the Under the Armor Award. As the lore progressed throughout certain video games, Fall Guys being one of them, people wanted to know, what does a Fall Guy look like? People said, what does a Among Us creature look like? But the key one, the one that we all really wanted to know was, what does a Castle Crasher look like underneath that armor? And that one got me. That was like, you jumped on the bandwagon at the perfect time. I greatly appreciate it. Saving that to my all-time favorite tweets. Bless your hearts. Bless
Is
your
this like the
thoughts,
Diglett thing?
Behemoth Studio. Oh my god. That
Kind
thing
of.
is just, that's on its own
That's
level.
disturbing.
Those three dudes.
What was the other one you
Ooh.
showed once? The toad with legs.
The toad with legs is like nightmare fuel that is just, it just keeps on giving. Oh, bless it. Yeah,
Holy
so
shit.
yeah, Castle Crashers, I needed to put you in somewhere because you're still producing the goods.
Still awesome.
So there you go. You got the Under Armour award.
Matto, back to you.
It's a long
That's
award. This
awesome.
one, people that deserve to be lined up against the wall and have things thrown at them. Scalpers.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Yeah, I'm
Just
with you.
doesn't matter what you want to throw at them. Just throw whatever you want at them.
Buy one of the PS5s
throw
that's
rocks,
scalping off them and then
golf
throw
balls.
the PlayStation at them.
Tennis balls, PlayStations, boomerangs. I don't care what you want to throw at them, but or just make them sit there and just watch all their consoles burn. I don't care.
Yeah.
You ruin the fun for everyone. And cash converters, you can go in there too.
Yeah, it's kind of fucked. All the people with these markup prices. I'm with you.
How's that guy though that got robbed? Like he put
yeah.
all these PS5s up there, like yeah, like thing, and then someone's like, yeah, you should have taken off your geolocation. Oh, for a second there, Matto, you were like frozen drinking a drink. I was like, oh
no.
that was great. I love that.
Yeah,
So,
you got robbed.
just
Good. Deserved it.
quick karma.
For me, the next award is the Plane Watcher Award. It's awarded to the game that is the best game with the worst online. That's Animal Crossing, New Horizons. Because
God.
I fucking hate the online in that game. Like that game is a lot of fun, but it was, and probably the first month or so that I was playing, it was all pretty much single player stuff. And then I started to dip my toes into the online, or I'd go to other people's islands when I was.
I did it once, and that was enough.
Yeah.
So
Well, I
all I wanted was a bloody turnip price. That's all I wanted.
When I started getting into the turnip stuff, that's when the game started giving me the shits, because I'd go to these islands. I'd be in a queue for like an hour and a half. I'd finally get my go. I'd go visit this island, and they're letting like 8 people in on the island. So like I arrive and I take like 2 steps, and then all of a sudden there's a notification because someone's flying to land, and I have to watch the entire thing, which takes 2 minutes to watch them, wave hello,
Watch them
get
walk.
out and walk out there, and you take a
Watch
few
them
more
walk
steps, and then someone else arrives, and then a few more, and then someone leaves, and they show you every single thing. So that online's fucked. Nintendo, what the fuck were you doing? So Animal Crossing New Horizons, awesome game, horrible online. You get the Plane Watcher award. Matto.
All right, let's just try to figure out what awards I got left. Got
Yeah,
that done.
I've got 3 to go.
All right, so all right, next award is the best looking controller.
Okay, it's 2
And
horse
it's,
race, right?
Oh no, there's a third one, and it is the Zone
Oh,
controller.
the Zone controller. He supported himself.
That is the best controller of them all.
The Zone controller. I think I have like some knockoff Zone controller.
A knockoff.
It-
A knockoff Zone
The
controller.
Zone controller.
Hey.
It's a
Oh,
knockoff
there we
Zone
go.
controller.
Hey. There we go.
It's a pretty
They're getting
good
around.
controller, mate.
Yeah.
Doesn't
So-
look well built at all.
So, jeez.
Buttons don't work. Joysticks go onto the side.
It's weird because it is meant to be a Zone controller, yet it doesn't work with my PlayStation.
Ah,
Go figure.
you got to
Oh,
get
that's
the
'cause
adapter.
You have a Sony PlayStation.
the
You need a
dongle or
Sony
whatever it's
PlayStation.
called.
I need to get the Zone PlayStation. Shit.
KFC. Ooh,
Oh, my
yeah,
god.
the KFC.
I forgot about that. They should have made an award.
Did that happen in 2020?
I'm
Damo,
pretty
you're.
sure that they announced that they're making that thing.
I
But anyway,
think it was, yeah. Damo.
it's been a tough one. Tough one. It was a tough year. So, 2020, a lot of terrible things happened. We had riots, we had movements, we had a virus, and we had the killing of an entire generational, fun-filled experience. And I do believe we do need to take at least a moment of silence. So if you are listening to the audio version or whatever, pause
Just
it for a
press
minute.
pause.
We'll bow your heads.
YouTube
in
version.
silence
Press pause.
for Flash Games.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Moment
yeah,
of
right.
silence. Flash Games Award. Moment of Silence Award goes to Flash Games of many generations.
Oh,
There
Flash,
is that
you'll be
fantastic. If you actually look up that video, there's a great video. It uses a phenomenal track, and it's like Hank Hill, like with PTSD. Like, and it's showing all the video, like all the like just clips of Flash Games to this awesome track, and it's just like, oh wow, you forget how many of these things that
End of an
you
era.
played for shits and gigs, and it turned into mobile apps and grew and grew and grew and changed. Like Castle Crashers was just originally a Flash game. Like how insane's that? Like
And
Castle
now look at
Crashers.
Now we know what it looks like.
Hominids,
Now
things.
we know what they look like under the armor.
Yeah, it's a full circle here. So yeah, it's a tragic year for tragic things to have happened. But I think that one hit mildly harder than most things. Dude, I'm so sorry.
I'm
not
so
just
sorry to
saying
anyone who's
anything
lost
that
anyone in the
happened.
pandemic
Anything
or
that has happened,
is a
yeah.
victim of some of the stuff going on in America.
I don't mean what I say, please.
This, as we said, these are piss-taking awards. Matto, what do you got?
All right, I think I'm down to my final 3.
Oh,
And the next award is the greatest thing we never did. And the greatest thing we never did
Oh,
was
shit.
play Monster Hunter World Iceborne.
oh shit.
Oh.
The
I mean,
one
that's my
thing we
fault.
said at the very first episode of last year, we said, oh, we're going to play Monster Hunter World. We never did. we did reference it about 20 times through the year. They said, "Oh
Pretty
yeah, we
much
got to go
every
play
updates
that.
episode, we'll play that. We'll play that. We'll play that.
We'll play
Never
that.
happened.
Oh, we'll play that." Some of us started playing it and thought, "Oh yeah, we should get together and play it." No, we never did.
You got yourself caught up to the point where you were right to play Iceborne, and then that was kind of the big thing for us, is that we'd go play Iceborne, and we haven't done it. So let's do it again this year.
Oh well, put it on the list again.
Let's do it this year. For me, it is the next one is the Fuck the Marauder Award, which goes to Doom Eternal. I don't need to say any more. I've already referenced it when we discussed the DLC expansion award before. So yeah, Fuck the Marauders goes to Doom Eternal.
Wow.
Matto?
We should add that to your salt tier.
My next award is the
Damo,
greatest.
how many do you have left,
What?
Damo?
I've got one.
Okay, yeah, okay. So Matto, you and I might need to bounce off each other a couple times after Damo gets his last one done.
I only got 2 left anyway. So my second last award is greatest episode of the year, and that was the first episode we did. However, we forgot to record
Patchies
it.
2020. It was the second one of the year because we did the New
It was
Year's
the second one of the
resolutions
year.
first.
And it was such a great episode because we had no idea what we're going to do for it. It turned out to be probably the best episode we ever did,
And we lost it.
and we didn't record it. And now, just the look on our faces when Paul said, shit,
Oh, shit.
I forgot to record. Like, what? No. And
Oh,
now
that was
we've been
some
talking
ripple.
about it for the last year, saying how good that episode was.
It's
It's
a
pretty
thing of
much
legend.
what we say, the Tenacious D of
The greatest
episodes.
the greatest episode in the world.
It was just a tribute.
It was just a
That
tribute.
episode was legit just a tribute.
To us. Damo, what's your last one?
All right. In typical Damien fashion, I say the best award for last.
He's got
And
the
that
Sam
is-
Newman open palm points, so I'm excited.
Well, it's the Great White Buffalo. Great White Buffalo.
Oh,
The Great
The
White
Great White
Buffalo.
Buffalo Award. The Great White
you've brought this back before. You've done
It's
we had an
back.
whole episode dedicated to the Great White Buffalo.
Well, everyone's gonna have the Great White Buffalo award somewhere along the line, and that's What the Golf.
Oh,
Okay, so it is the game that has gotten away from me all year. Was supposed to play it, came out this year, last year, 2020, whatever. Looked like a lot of fun. Looked like up my alley with dumb golf games. It's not that stupid Adult Swim golf game that Paul was like, it's shit. And I'm like, I wish you didn't tell me that because I just brought it and it
Oh,
was
yeah, that one.
terrible.
yeah, it was awful.
You know, and it's still sitting there, and I just I've got to play it. I've got to buy it. I've got to play it. It looks like too much fun to get away. So that's my
The Great White Buffalo. I'm just trying to scroll back to see when we actually had that episode because that was
Oh, that was a long time ago. That was back in the old sitting on the couch days.
But was it at my place or was it
It was my place.
in? Jeez.
In the old place. Oh, wait. Yeah, we haven't done it at the new place. Just look for a buffalo. It's like the Matrix. Follow the
buffalo.
rabbit. Follow the white buffalo. Great white buffalo.
No, I can't find it. I'm not going to spend too long skimming through it. But Matto, is this your last one then?
This is the final
Well,
award for me.
I've got 2 left, so I might jump in before you then, because then we
Go on.
finish even. My next one is the Best Visuals Worst Door Award. Goes to Final Fantasy VII Remake. Because the game looks stunning, and then there's that one door that looks like it came from the PS1.
oof.
Oh, no.
It looks like
It
shit.
was.
It looks like shit, that door. So fix it, guys. You've had a year. Matto, your last award.
We come down to the final award. The award is World's Dumbest Band for Something So Little. And it goes
links
to
in well to
Paul
your
getting
thing before.
banned. It goes to Paul getting banned from N4G for this, by far the stupidest thing I've ever seen. Just an article saying, one of my friends' PlayStation 5's overheated. Just a little article, no problem. And wow, did it go to shit. What happened, Paul?
Yeah, okay. We've been dancing around the story for a while now. So, friend of the show, Ryan Betson, he's been on a couple of patched episodes over the years. He got his PS5 when it launched, and after about a week and a half or thereabouts, he started having overheating problems and had there was a problem with the heatsink in the end, and he got it replaced. There'd been a few other stories of other people having various technical issues, and everything seemed to be linking to the rest mode in the PS5. So I put together an article for it.
Spider-Man as well.
Yeah, and Spider-Man did seem to be a pattern, but that could also just be because everyone was playing Spider-Man when it first launched. I don't know.
Maybe.
But there was a lot of issues all relating to the rest mode as well. So I put together an article about it, and Ryan and Betson's scenario was kind of the headline thing because he was able to give me a quote for it. He sent some photos of what was going on, all that sort of stuff. And I put it up on the website, and it got submitted to N4G. I didn't submit it. They've got weird processes. You can't submit your own article, so I didn't. But then I approved it, and I got banned for 10 years.
Well, just I want
like
to throw
3,000 something days, but yeah, 10 years.
I want to throw not a contender into
Probably
the
an article, I
award,
might add.
but
There you go.
as Paul
The third
announced
dumbest fan
that
base.
he has been banned from this. If you go to @DylanRoss on Twitter, you can see that his epic return has finally happened. I don't know this guy from a bar of soap, but he had an 11-year ban from Yahoo Chat, and at the stroke of midnight of 2021, he was allowed to return. The ban was lifted. So Paul,
There's hope for me
I know
yet.
that there is hope, but we're gonna have like an epic countdown when that thing happens. The
Should just
tweet
have that
is gonna
something on the
just be-
wall there.
I should get a little automated
You should. We're gonna
counter
find
on my
out
computer.
when. Boom, and it just
The number of hours, which is a lot.
I'll just
I mean,
Google.
I thought me
what day
getting banned
is-
from Wikipedia. Thought me getting banned from Wikipedia for three days was bad enough, but 10 years?
You got banned from Wikipedia?
I got
Sorry,
banned from
Damo's
Wikipedia.
checking on
Greg.
his gecko. Greg the gecko. Yeah, like I mean that was a strange 24 hours. Like there was one guy that was just lobbying really, really hard. Thought it was the most sick, and that's why I thought you were linking to it before because it was clearly just a hardcore PlayStation nuffy that was upset by the fact that there was an article saying that PlayStation didn't necessarily do something perfectly. Remember,
Trust me, if it was Xbox, no problem.
this guy's a
Approve it.
PlayStation hater.
No problem.
Mate, I co-host
problem.
a PlayStation show. Fuck off. But so he got his little mod mates on board, and that was that.
That was the end of it.
So the final award, before we get to our top games of the year, the final award is mine here. It is the biggest hold my beer moment award. Goes to Microsoft and Bethesda. But specifically Microsoft. It's just like, PlayStation's going real well. We've got all these exclusives. Other companies are buying up, blah, 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 blah. And Microsoft just goes, hold my beer, whips out their checkbook, spends $7.5 billion and buys Bethesda. So, yeah, just whipping that big dick
And
out,
it's
just
still
flopping it
releasing
on the
games
table.
on PS4, on PlayStation. Going real well.
Yeah, just that big... As it, I'm sure I just spiked the audio horribly there, but just imagine that, people. That was the sound of the Microsoft dick hitting the table, and they bought Bethesda. So yeah, they're all.
Are they having a competition with was it Apple and Fortnite as well, or?
Well, there's nothing ugly going on there. It's just a lot of money.
A lot of dollary dues.
A shit ton of dollary dues. Far more than I think Bethesda's worth.
Just think of all the Doom helmets they can make.
Yeah, or the bags. Bags.
What bags?
The ones
about time.
The ones
We've got the money to make it
Fallout,
now.
Yeah, from Fallout 76. That game that continued to not put a toe wrong. Okay, our top games of the year. Now we had last year we were hoping to come up with 10, but we couldn't all come up with 10. Sometimes we played more games from previous years than we actually did the current year. So the totals might vary a little bit from person to person here. But our top games from the year, culminating in our game of the year for each person. Who wants to get the ball rolling?
So, how many has everybody got?
I've got 10.
I got 5.
2, 3, 4, 5.
I don't think I've even played
Damon's got
10
like top
games
7.
from last
So
year.
I've got 9. So why don't
Top 9?
you
Ooh.
go then thing, and then when we get down to the top 5,
Oh, and then Matto kicks
then
in.
we all 3 of us.
Oh,
keep
just
going.
sit back
nice.
and relax.
So
Sorry. Oh, it's good. I just gave out 12 shitty, unreliable rewards. I'll just sit back here and just
You've
relax
earned
for a bit.
You've earned a break.
Yeah,
So
you
number
carried this podcast.
exceedingly well. Number 10 for me, and I don't think we need to go into a huge amount of detail until maybe we get to the very end of the list. Number 10 is Immortals Phoenix Rising. An awesome new
Better
title.
Witcher.
I'll talk about it in the updates because I've basically played it in the last month. But awesome. Damo, number 9.
Number 9, my number 9, because I've played so little of. Like, this is a lot of my games I've played so little of because I've played a lot of games from other years. But so that's okay because it's Fall Guys.
Yeah. For me, number 9 is Spider-Man Miles Morales. Because holy shit, that's awesome. And arguably better than the last game. So I don't know how it slipped to number 9. This year was just an exceedingly good year, I guess.
So, number 8.
Yep.
Number 8, Paper Mario, the Origami King.
Oh, fuck, I still want to play that.
I only played a little bit, and I've watched a lot of streaming of it. It's not as bad as people made it out to be, so I kind of like it.
Yeah, no, I'm real keen.
If you're gonna compare it to the 1,000-Year Door, yeah, not gonna be great, but
it's better than everything they've done since 1,000 Year Door, apparently.
Was that the door in Final Fantasy VII?
It's not the door from Final Fantasy VII. I thought you were having a break.
Not the 1,000 years. No, I just heard the word door. 1,000-year door.
Number 8 for me is Dreams. Criminally underappreciated by a lot of people.
Oh, yeah.
That's simply because I think the creation thing is just not for everyone, really. And to be honest, it's not really for me, but just getting to play through the stuff that other people had created. Some of the stuff was amazing. Like, the toolkit in that game is incredible. Damo, number 7.
Number 7, Minecraft Dungeons.
Another one I want to try out.
Very, very interesting, fun game. Again, a lot more streaming than I did play, but I definitely have to get it. I definitely have to pay for it now because it's like, well, playing it on a mate's console, it's like, oh, this is a lot better than I thought it was going to be. Like, I'm denied it at one stage. Now I'm like, well, it's a full yes from me.
Number 7 for me is Doom Eternal. # fuck the Marauders. Number 6, Damo.
Is Doom Eternal.
Oh. And number 6 for me is Fall Guys.
Oh shit. Well, this is where things got tight.
And this is where we're all now into it. So, Matto, you can kick us off with number 5.
No, wait. Is this bringing a 5 left?
We've got 5 left, and Matto had a top 5.
4. Oh, yep. Sorry, I thought I had 6. Whoops, my bad.
So, does my go now?
It is
number
your
5?
go.
Yep, number 5. You can kick us
Number
off.
5 is Fall Guys.
Ooh.
Fall Guys, yeah. It's a great.
It's
just a fun game. Just what I need for 2020. Just a great game.
The perfect game to get you through 2020, actually.
Number 4.
No, Damo, what's your number 5?
My number 5 was
I
Ori and the
forgot.
Will
Sorry, I
of
jumped
Wisp.
it.
Nice.
Ooh.
So yeah, again, if I had have played right through some of these games, they might have been higher, might have been lower, but yeah, you'll see when you get to them.
Number 5 for me was, we mentioned it before, Sakuna of Rice and Ruin. I've already discussed it earlier in the episode, so yeah, but like that's a game that most people would not have even considered, and it's considered as a game worth buying in the first place, and then it turned out it was awesome. So go check it out. Number 4, Matto.
Animal Crossing New Horizon.
In spite of the online.
Spite of the online, but same again. A good game for 2020. Just a nice, relaxing game. Just go dig some holes, plant some trees.
I'll pay that.
Just do whatever you like. Just have a bit of fun. Just not care about what's happening. I couldn't go for a swim yet. Go for a fish.
Go for a fish.
Just
Oh,
not
yeah,
as
you
good
can
as Red
swim in
Dead
it now,
2.
can't you?
It's not as good as Red Dead 2, but still. Just sell some turnips. Nothing but a bit of fun.
Excessively high prices if you get into the stock market.
Bloody silly.
Paid off all my Tom Nook debts in a few minutes, that's for sure.
It's always worse than Bitcoin, bloody turnips. That was the craze. Everyone just wanted to know turnip prices. Just
it was awesome.
taking over people's lives.
Just like the game for a few months.
Turnip prices.
Damo, what's your number 4?
Number 4 is Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Anything to say about it? We are getting towards the pointy end now, so feel free to talk a little bit about it.
Oh, well, this podcast has gone for a fair length of time. Everybody,
an hour and 6 minutes.
It's like,
wow,
it's a great game. Obviously, it needs some refinement. It would have been great to have the second chapter by now.
I keep waiting. It's not coming. It's not coming 2021. That's for sure.
Yeah, I know. Believe me, I know. Yet some annoying things about it, some great things about it. It's just good to see. Final Fantasy will never die. It's eternal. So, just like Doom and Batman, keep it going.
One little simple take from you. Are you for or against the way it ended? Oh, the ghost.
Ghost. That was a big one too.
That was a real big one.
That was huge.
I didn't get that far. So that's,
okay.
Again, this is one of the games that I've only played up to...
Do you know about the ending?
It's been so long, no. Oh, I saw what's-her-name die. The thing fell. I mean, what happened after that?
Okay, I won't say anything. I don't want to spoil anything for you. Number 4 for me, you just mentioned it previously, Damo. Ori and the Will of the Wisps, and I already discussed it in full before, so I won't dive too much into that one again. Number 3, Matto.
Ghost of Tsushima.
Nice. Wait, I thought you were a bit against that game for a while there.
Yeah, but the thing is, I didn't play many 2020 games, and it was probably better than the other two, to be honest. But
fair enough.
Like I said, the story's not the best, but I think everything else about it is good. Combat's good. Your clothing's good. When you get the bucket head, it's a great thing.
The bucket. Yeah,
the upgrades, right. all the upgrades are good. Just it's not, I would say, a drag. It doesn't force you to do it. You can just still continue do whatever you want. Ride your horse, play your little pipe or whatever.
Chase some foxes.
If that's your thing, or just find someone to fight, just have a standoff and just see how many people you can take out in one go.
That's a good feeling, the standoffs.
Oh yeah, it's the greatest thing ever. Just when you slice 3 people, like, oh, this is going to be a good fight. That's where you know things are going to be good. But also, I think the color is good.
Oh yeah,
even in the black and white as well.
Visual design is amazing, and I still want to try out Legends. So if you're keen at some point, let's do Legends.
Oh yeah, forgot about that.
The online stuff they added. Damo, what's your number 3?
Well, some would call it a Transformers game. Others would call it a superhero game. I like to call it Spider-Man Miles Morales because that's the actual game title.
Oh, I see. We can transform into a gate or a block. Yes.
whether you're swinging in the city as a car or you're swinging as a
Sounds like one of those Victorian bit ads.
Rack of clothes.
Concrete slab.
Sounds like a VB ad. The old VB ads.
I wish any of these games
you could be a concrete
finished or fully played. I'm sure they would have changed my aspect on how things turned out on this list, but again, Miles Morales, it's just more Spider-Man. It was more Spider-Man, and it was an actual game for the PS5, for the next gen. The load times are great. It really showed off what this next generation might be capable of doing at the very beginning of it too. So that was really cool.
Yeah, fair call. I love that game. Number 3 for me, Damo, you mentioned it before, Final Fantasy VII Remake. I did get to the ending, and I am on the positive side of that, without spoiling anything. It's not.
I'm gonna watch this ending.
You need to. We'll discuss it off recording at some point, so that I can kind of give you a little bit of context for some of the stuff you'll see at the end. But, look, it was just awesome to go back and play it. The character, the way they've realized the characters, 25 years on ish, close enough to 25 years on, is amazing. And it just plays really well. It's just a really modern take on Final Fantasy VII. It worked a treat. So loved it. Number 2, Matto.
I swap my ones and twos around. Number
Did you swap
two,
them then?
yeah,
Oh,
Doom Eternal is number two.
oh, you had it number one. Okay,
At number one. Yeah, it's
go on. You
like I
got
said,
Doom
Doom Eternal
high,
is
so.
it's a fantastic game. I'm not gonna lie, it is a great game. Great story if you pay attention to it. But if you're like me, just shoot the hell out of everything. Just shoot, punch, chainsaw, burn, grenade. If you can remember to press the buttons, like me, because I generally forgot to press those buttons every time.
I'd forget him unless a Cacodemon was coming my way. I'm like, oh yeah, that thing that I can press that makes him
But
explode.
also, I think the one thing that was good about it is when you collect the old soundtracks of previous games.
Oh yeah,
That was great.
there
Quake,
was so many little
Commander
nuggets.
Keen.
There were so
Yeah.
many good little nuggets in
Very
that game.
good. It was great. It was a great game.
Damo?
Almost
Oh.
It was almost number one.
Well, it was until like 30 seconds ago, apparently. Damo, what's your
Yes.
number two?
What's my number two? It's a good question. It's an easy answer. Because it wasn't supposed to be in this list. Because I didn't play it. And so I refused to play it. And then I thought, why not give it a try? And then I played it. And then I loved it. And Risk of Rain 2 is my number two game of 2020. Because
Oh,
it
nice.
was fantastic. And it's still giving me the goods. I think we discussed this the other week, so I won't go into too much depth. But hats off to the studio for doing it again, creating their own music, doing all that stuff. It's just great to see.
You're loving it. I'm keen to see what number one is then, given I did not expect to hear, like, as much as you've spoken a bit about it, I did not expect to hear Risk of Rain, so I'm keen to know what number one is for you now. I've got a theory, but number two for me is Ghost of Tsushima. The best kind of open world sort of thing that I've explored and experienced, full stop, I think, so far. Like, there's been some awesome Ubisoft games, or The Witcher 3 has an amazing open world, but I think Ghost just does it better simply because there's actually more of that filler stuff, and we spoke about the foxes and all that sort of stuff. There's more of that sort of stuff that The Witcher doesn't have, and kind of makes The Witcher better in some respects. But the world just feels more lived in. Even using the wind to kind of help navigate where you're going, so it just kind of takes out some of the gaminess in that respect. And then it just looks stunning. And it probably helps when you're basing on a real life place, but just looks and feels amazing. And then all the stuff that you mentioned before, Matto, with the standoffs and the way you can kind of go Assassin's Creed on it. Do you want to stealth it? Do you want to go in all swords blazing, all that sort of thing? Like, it's just
want to call. You just want to call them out and just go, right, let's just fight.
You 1v1 me, bro. And then
Or just call out the rest of those little weasels and just go, right, I've had enough stealth stuff. Let's just go.
Yeah, and even like just the learning curve, like with the 4 different stances, and kind of technically a fifth one, but toggling between those at any point depending on who you're fighting against, it all just feels natural and makes a lot of sense. So, Sucker Punch, you're awesome. So Matto, number one, what's your game of the year?
Number one, I thought, what did I have more enjoyment between Doom and this game? And I went with this game for number one because of the amount of joy I had with it. Tony Hawk 1 and 2.
Nice. I would not have picked that, but yeah, that checks out.
Because you just think, because the last few Tony Hawk games have been, let's be honest, they've been rubbish. Or been very, very average. And you just think, they're making a remake because their other games suck. And then I purchased it, I played it, I thought, this is so good. It's just like, if this is a boost to get him to make another game that's as good as the ones that they made for this, I'm all for it. Because
do we want to see like Tony Hawk 3 and 4 get remade first, or
not really,
or even like DLC as DLC maybe? Just release all those.
Bring
DLC.
a few new skate parks or something. I'd be all cool for that. Or bring some new skaters. Yeah, why not?
But you'd rather them go to do a new one now that they've done this and done it so well?
Oh yeah, so I think they've finally learned you don't need a story to have a good game, which has been like the last few Tony Hawks. It's like, just skate, just put a few things in there that people can get. People forget about the old arcade type games and how enjoyable they are.
That's fair.
People like to just do high scores, not just
You just stop jumping the gun, Paul.
Yeah, I know.
Jesus.
He does
Sorry.
these really awesome, slightly
You just
dramatic
stop.
pauses, and I'm like, oh, he's done. Great, I'll throw across.
Oh, I'm
And
done now. I'm down there.
it's awesome,
Well,
Tony Hawk.
What was my 2020 game of the year? I think we all saw it coming, and it was Genshin Impact.
Yeah.
The game's been a lot of fun. It's given me a lot of pleasure. It's eaten a lot of my time, and I've still got to do some tonight after this podcast recording because it's the end of the week.
What are you playing it on again?
PC.
Switch.
PC.
So if you play it on the PlayStation, your account's locked to PlayStation at the moment for some god unknown reason.
Probably because
So
of
hopefully
PlayStation.
when it comes to Nintendo Switch, I'll hopefully be able to play it on there as well. But yeah, till then, I just run it on the PC, and when I'm out and about, I load it up on the mobile and do as much as I can through the mobile. You know, try and get everything done daily. So
I mean, I've been keen to play it for a while, but now that I'm hearing it's your game of the year, that just makes me kind of even more tempted to go and give it a crack.
well, again, like if I had have played more of any of the games that were on my list, they might have changed it all up. But this year I'll definitely be going through as I play games, and I'll be ranking them on my Google Patchies Award keep note.
Nice.
So, yeah, I'll be on to it.
Keen to hear next year. My number one's probably incredibly predictable. The Last of Us Part 2.
Boo.
That story. I guess I'm not a transphobe, I suppose. But
Oh, boo.
Transphobe.
sorry, yeah, I should have said it that way. That story is much like the reason why, because I've really tossed and turned about it actually quite a lot over the course of the year. Like it wasn't, and as much as many people regularly suggest that I'm so far up Naughty Dog's ass that I would just award a game, like they could put out a game, it's a steaming pile of shit, and I'd say it's game of the year.
Yeah, we would.
So what is it with PlayStation people and hating their own games?
Well,
Because they did the same with Death Stranding as well. It was either you loved it or hated it.
yeah, but that's
Simulator?
a weird sort of a game, I guess. I could see how some people may not click with that one, but The Last of Us Part 2 is just more of The Last of Us at the end of the day. But so actually, I don't think I even mentioned my best game from another year before. My best game from another year was actually The Last of Us.
What?
I don't think I mentioned that when we did those awards at the very beginning. I played The
No, I
Last
don't
of Us
think you did,
to prepare myself for
Just
part 2.
skip it.
So I think I just skipped that one, but there you go, Last of Us. But yeah, Last of Us Part 2 is game of the year for me. It's just like that story. The fact that I knew it was so good was because they told a story that I didn't really want to hear. Like certain characters dying and the way they even treated certain characters after that point is not how I would have wanted it to go, and yet I still couldn't get enough of it. Like I was still hooked on everything they were trying to say and do and that sort of thing. When they're doing something like that and they're kind of punching me in the gut with some of their storytelling repeatedly, and I still wanted to keep going, that's when I know you've kind of nailed the storytelling. Like, I mean,
that's a game right there when you want to go back and actually play it. That's what video games should be doing.
like I guess technically in the
I want to play more.
I guess a comparison is probably not an attractive comparison here, so hopefully I'm not
My name is Mayo.
not touching on anyone's nerves here. The comparison I kind of make to the game is kind of one like there's kind of an abusive relationship sort of thing to it here.
Oh no.
Yeah,
God.
like I love that game, and yet it kept hurting me at points. Like that's
Oh, wow.
yeah, like and like a certain death, and again the way they were kind of running certain characters into the ground, and not like destroying the character, but destroying like my perception of the characters and all those sorts of things, and forcing me to play along with their story in the way they wanted to tell it. That's really good storytelling. And then on top of that, just as a game itself, like the mechanics all just work. It's The Last of Us from 2013, but then incredible amount of polish, new features that just enhance everything even further, and just visceral as shit. So, The Last of Us Part 2 is my game of the year.
Fair enough. I haven't played it yet. Not out of choice of the
No, you just haven't gotten around to it.
critics and yeah.
lesbians.
We're a part of a community that reviews things, so I mean, if you told me it was bad, and you said, if you turned around to me, Paul, and you said, do not play it, there's a big difference. If you said, it's not my cup of tea, I can understand why it's good, that's different. If you just straight out said, like that golf game, that is actually just shocking. That might be up
the Great White
somebody's alley,
Buffalo.
but no. What the golf?
Oh,
But what the golf is great, but that Adult Swim game was like, sorry to bring it up again. It was just not.
So one of those people go, nah, don't
Oh,
play
that
it.
one.
Why?
Yeah,
'Cause
right.
it's shit.
Pool Panic.
Yeah.
Why is it shit? Because it's shit. Like,
Pool
that's
Panic.
not a reason.
Yeah, Pool
Yeah,
Panic.
That's not a reason. You're
it.
just against it. If you
I mean,
played
it's
it,
just-
no. Well, you know it's shit.
Yeah, and like the people afterwards would say, "Oh, it's an objectively bad game." Like, then you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, because as a
Give me a
video game,
PS5.
it plays unbelievably well. It is an incredible stealth game. Like they go, it's bad in every way. Like, have you looked at how like this game? It's the best looking game there is. Like, there's just so many areas that even if you don't like the story, it's superior to a lot of other games. Not every single game. I'm not going to be that stupid.
Well,
to
they
say something
can
like
go and play the first Uncharted and see how bad stealth is in that, and then go back to The Last of Us Part 2. It'll be the greatest thing ever.
that. Yeah, like it's not the best in class in every single area, probably except for visuals and acting and those sorts of things, like the kind of more filmic sort of components. But it just does everything super, super well. And that story, you may not like it, but it'll still affect you. And if you can not be an arsehole for a moment, you'll realize that makes it incredible storytelling, even if you don't necessarily like it. So that's all of our game of the year stuff done. An hour and 20 later. Probably our longest episode,
Lord.
if not very, very close. So we'll wrap things up there because we've been going for a long, long time. And Damo, I think you use your phone, so I can't believe your phone's even got charge left.
Okay.
When we're not doing much throughout the day.
Oh, lucky. Those are the Patchies for 2021. It is still recording, so we haven't lost it. So we've survived this time.
Yeah.
As it crashes on us now and the ghost takes over and whatever. If you enjoyed this episode of Patch, be sure to like, share, subscribe, all the buttons down below. Hit the notification bell, that way you're alerted to every new video the moment it goes live. That includes more Patched, Player 2 Plays, Late Game Review, Gamer School, and a whole bunch more. Matto says there's a new Late Game Review coming, and Gamer School parts have been will be dropping every Thursday for the next few weeks. They started last Thursday, so go check it out. Visit the website, player2.net.au, for reviews, previews, opinion pieces, news, features, links to the podcast series, Patch, the Player 2 Pixelcast, and Dev Diary. Catch us on Patreon, patreon.com/player2au. Kick it a few bucks. Lower tiers early access, higher tiers monthly episode exclusives. And then there's Twitter. Damo, where can you be found?
At Tucker's Talks.
Matto?
Matto_Phil.
For me, it's Paul James Games. The website is player2au. Those are the Patchies 2021. The Sone controller makes another appearance. And that's it. Let us know in the comments if you've got some really hilarious awards for some of the games as well. And Matto's just gone with that's the end of that chapter, so that's brilliant. Nicely done.
I just realized I still got the price tag on it. $2.
So until next week, see you later.
Take care.